Hi, and happy Monday. So this is day two of our 24 to 25 gear shift program. So this is a 4-week program that we will be using to kind of close out 2024 and get ready to have a strong first quarter of 2025. So last time we got together, I asked you to do two things. The first thing you're going to do is start bookending your day. And if you're curious about what that is, you can go back to the previous recording, or you can hit the link in the chat and it'll take you to a page that it has more information on what that is. So you're bookending your day. So you're starting your day with 3 intentions and you're ending your day with 3 small gratitudes. So a lot of you are asking, well, I don't know what to pick with my 3 intentions. What are the 3 tasks I want to pick? We're going to get to that today. I just wanted you to start the process of like starting your day with 3 small things that you're going to get done that day. So you feel like you've established that day. That day had something that happened that moved you forward, and then ending the day with gratitude so that you know that the world is a good place. And the small things, right? We talked about, you were able to play with a puppy, or someone held a door, or you were running late and someone let you merge in through traffic, whatever, the small little things that help you understand that the world is a great place. The second thing I ask you to do is a little bit of tasking triage. So what we're doing, this was the first step in that process, is you were listing out everything you do on a daily basis for a week. Now, if you have a schedule that rotates because of work, and so you might want to do 2 weeks, that's fine. But it basically everything. So you wake up, you get dressed, you do this, you do that. If you work, you can include the work that you do, or you can just make it a block of work. When you get home, what you do, and everything that you do. Now, we are approaching this like a money budget, which you want to account for every single dollar before you get it, right? So you set up budgets before you spend the money. But you also need to work it like a diet log. So, when you do it, you're on a diet and you have to log in all the food you eat, you can't leave stuff out. You got to list everything. So, if you had a handful of nuts in the afternoon or you had a coffee with a sweet coffee, whatever your favorite flavor is of the season, you got to list it, because no one's going to look at this list except for you, and you've got to be honest. So the same thing happens when you're looking at your time. You have to be honest. If you spent 30 minutes, everyone, we go on social media and we're like, I'm just going to give myself a 15-minute break. And you start doom scrolling, and then 2 hours later, you're like, okay, sure. You might have listened to some great YouTube videos that were really insightful, or you might have just been like watching how to caulk a bathroom or whatever that you're just letting your brain check out. That's fine, but write it down, because you want to know, because a lot of people get through they're like, I don't know where the day went. I don't know where the week went. I don't know where the month went. Oh my gosh, this year's almost over. How many of you got to the beginning of November and you're like, oh my goodness, in the United States, we have Thanksgiving, and then it's Christmas, and it's New Year's, the year's over. What have I done this whole year? So that is what we're doing. By bookending our time, our days, we are claiming those days. And by triaging our tasks, we're starting to take that inventory. So the next step, so you've done that over the weekend, or you're going to do it now. And then the next step in the triaging of your tasks is now you're going to categorize those tasks. So you can take a highlighter, pick your favorite colors, and each color is going to mean something different. So on those tasks, there are things only you can do, right? So those you want to, they're important. You need to do them because it moves your life forward, or you're taking care of somebody, family, or, this is your work. So you highlight that a certain color. Only you can do those. Then there's other tasks that you don't have to do. You could technically delegate those to somebody else, but that also has 2 categories. So there's the stuff that you don't have to be the only one who does it. You could delegate it, but you really love doing it. That is those are the tasks that just kind of light you up. So you want to highlight those, a color, a happy color. You can choose pink, whatever. And then there's the tasks that you don't have to do, you could delegate, and you would love to delegate that to somebody else because you just don't like it. But you have to do it, especially, the way things running these days. There's a lot of one woman shows out there. And so we just, we gotta do it. But if you could delegate it, you would love to. And then there is the category of self-care. I combine that with family. So self-care, family time, kind of like my me time, which I love spending with my family or taking care of myself. So that's another thing you want to put in there. And then if there's like some other category, you figure that out. So you can, there's always the extra thing that is not part of someone else's life, which happens to be a part of your life. So and then highlights. So you want to have like these different colors. So once you do that, the next step is I just drew a blank. Sorry. It's combining the tasks. So you want to stack. That was the word I'm looking for. You want to stack the tasks. So you're going to start blocking it out. You're going to say, okay, you've got now this colored map of your week, 7 days or 2 weeks, and you're going to look at the things that you wish you could delegate to somebody else. And you're going to say, okay, is that a job description of something that somebody could do? And so you're going to pull those together. That's kind of your like the boring stuff that you have to do or the things that you don't want like doing. And you're actually going to start stacking those together and seeing how much time are you really spending with that. And then you want to you want to go ahead and start pushing those together because what we're doing is we're going to the next step of that, which is calendar blocking. And so I'm going to include a link on the bottom. I have a video about calendar blocking, and we will go over it again as we go and do these daily things. But so you've listed out the tasks on the tasking triage. Now you're going to take some time and you're going to color code it. And then either you're going to go watch the video about calendar blocking, or you're going to wait and we're going to cover it on the next day. So those were your two homework pieces, right? So there was bookending your day and there was tasking your triaging your tasks. So now that was your homework. New thing. So for today, I want to talk to you about looking forward. This is going to lead back into bookending your day. So there were certain things that you wanted to get done for the end of the year. You wanted to get done in 2024. And so you've listed those things out also. We talked about that. So now I want you to go and look at that and say, okay, these are the things I got done. Great. These are the things I didn't get done. Why didn't I get those done? Right? We went through that exercise. So when you're looking at why you didn't get something done, was it you just decided you didn't want to do it anymore? That's fine. Or did you really want to do it, but you just never found the time? You never found the process that was comfortable? So I really want to look at those and say, okay, do you really want to get those things done? If you did want to, that was really something that was, you wanted to do, it was going to push you towards something else. Is there some aspect of that you want to carry forward into 2025? And what could you do in the next couple of weeks? You've got 2 weeks. What can you do in the next 2 weeks to kind of set yourself up to readdress that goal? Things like, if you decided you want to, at 2024, you set the resolution, I'm going to declutter my house, but you never broke it down into tasks. You never like prioritized which parts of the house you want to work on first. It was just kind of this nebulous thing. And occasionally you'd gather up some stuff and donate it or throw it away, but you never really addressed it. So with that example, what I want you to do is look at, okay, decluttering my house. What does that mean? And I want you to pick a room. It could be your bedroom, so that becomes your sanctuary of this is where you start your day and end your day. It could be your workspace, where you work, where you sit down and you do your creative thing and where you spend a majority of your time. It could be your kitchen, where you're like, I prepare meals here or I do some work here. We kind of hang out in my kitchen. It affects the whole atmosphere of the house, of my attitude, the family. Pick a room that you want to finish before the end of the year. Now, I had one of my clients, we started this exercise a couple of weeks ago. Actually, before it was mid-November, we started doing this. She really wanted to declutter her home, but she really hadn't gotten around to it because she got busy with other stuff, right? We get into the grind, we forget, we don't do the things. So she decided that she wanted to clean out and reclaim her dining room. So she had, during COVID, during the lockdown, she had moved her office into the dining room. And so now, because of the nature of her work, she was able to work from home and sometimes go to the office. So it kind of stayed in the dining room. And it just became like this place where she spent her days. So she had her desk and her work stuff. And then she also had like all of this clutter that was ended up getting, the dining room table was up against the wall. The whole underneath of the table was covered. The top of the table was covered. There was her desk. There was bookshelves. It was just like, it was no longer a dining room. So they had a kitchen table and everyone kind of made do, but she really wanted to, she had like a cottage in the back of the house. So she really wanted to make that into an office, but she just was not getting around to it. So she said, okay, for Thanksgiving, I want to have a dining room. So we can do Thanksgiving there. And we like, okay. So we broke it down. So in order to clear her dining room, what would she need to do? And we listed out all those tasks. And it was, move this, get rid of that. We listed out all the tasks. So every day when she bookended her day, one of the tasks that she chose for the day would be something that pushed forward the dining room. So one of the tasks was to take everything out from underneath the dining room table and get rid of and clean out. And so one more, but she couldn't do all of that in one sitting because it's not about picking a thing that's going to take you all day to do. We want to break down those three intentional tasks. We want to break it down into a 15 to 20 minute thing. So she's like, okay. So one was like go through the electronics underneath the dining room table and put those where they need to go. So that she did that one day. And the next day was she was going to clear off the bookshelf so that she could get ready to move the bookshelf. And so she did that. And then the following day, she needed help moving the bookshelf. And so her son was not going to be home. He wouldn't be home till the other day. So for that day, she decided to sort through the papers that were spread all over the top of the table and try to like start sorting through that. And so she was able to do that. Like she took, I think she took 30 minutes on that day and just really just rearranged piles. So she knew what was what. And she started shredding things as she was on phone meetings and things like that. And then the next day when she knew her son could help her, she then that day they moved the bookshelf into the other space. And then the following day she carted books. She had books in the garage, she had books in the dining room. So she kind of went through. And so every day she chose a task that brought that forward. And so by Thanksgiving, she had a clear dining room. The table was in the middle of the room. There was chairs around. She had stuff put in the cottage, but she had a working space that wasn't completely set up because that wasn't the goal. The goal was the dining room, and she got it done. I want you to do the same thing for whatever the task is. So if it is, I want to clear out my bedroom because there's piles of clothes, there's piles of books, there's piles of like mail and whatever. So you're going to be like, okay, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to sort everything into areas. So you're going to have all the books, all the clothes. If there's dirty laundry, it doesn't matter. All of the clothes go over, whatever the piles were, and you're just going to clear the bed. Let's say that's task one. So day one is clear the bed. Day two might be pull dirty laundry out of the pile of clothes because dirty laundry that you want to keep. So you go and you start, you put that into your laundry pile. And the third day would be go through the books and redistribute those to wherever they go. If they need to go into, if you've got a bookshelf somewhere, if you need to return them to the library or to the office, or you're going to get rid of them. But so all you did is sort the books. You didn't do anything with them. You just sorted them. And then maybe the following day is that you want to order new bedding. So you go through and you shop and you find a new bed set that you love and you order that. And then maybe the next day is you go through the papers or the mail and you sort through that and see what's important, what's not, kind of clear that out and put that wherever that should go. And then maybe the other day is rearranging or whatever it is, like whatever list of tasks you made in order to make your bedroom your sanctuary, you just start pulling one thing a day. And your goal would be to have it done by the 31st. I'm saying 31st noon because we all want to celebrate the 31st, right? So by noon, you should be done. And now you're getting into party mode and preparation for that. So that's just an example. If there's other things that you want to do, really look at what you want to do. And then we're going to start breaking those down. So look at what you wanted to do in 2024. what you didn't get done, but you really wanted to have accomplished that, and pick some aspect of that in order to get it done within the next 2 weeks. So it can't be a huge thing. You're not going to declutter the whole house. You're not going to write the whole book. You can maybe sit down and say, I'm going to set myself up in the computer so that I can sit down and write the book. But you're not going to actually maybe start it. Or maybe you have an idea of the outline, so you organize that. There will be pieces of it. So whatever you wanted to do in 2024, there's aspects of those things that will help you really hit the ground running for first quarter 2025. So what can you do from now into the end of the year in order to help build those habits, right? We're doing habit hygiene in order to start building the habits. Now, another great example, and I have a rant somewhere, I think on YouTube or on social media. I'll find it and I'll post it on the page. I have a little rant about don't wait to start the new habit. So if you want to work out more, if you want to, better health, if you want to maybe go on walks outside, don't wait till January 1st to do that. Start doing it now. Start now. If there's something you wanted to do, if you wanted to start learning how to knit sweaters, or if you wanted to start whatever it is that you want to start and you really want to build that into your life, just start it now. And you could say that you are, habit hygiening, and that by January 1st, then you'll start setting up some real goals. But right now, just work it into your daily life, right? So we talked about the tasking. This all works together. So it's kind of hard to kind of sequence this through. But so you got the book ending your day. So you're going to you now figured out some things that you want to get done by the end of the year. You've made them into small action steps, which are 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes if you want to push it. So have that list. And so when you wake up in the day, you say, okay, today I'm going to hit these 3 tasks. Try to break it up between work, home, and self. But if you don't, that's fine too. We're just trying to get through the next 2 weeks. So you just pick 3 tasks that are not going to take up your whole day. They're just little moments that you can succeed, right? And get it done. And then, and get those done. So that's that. So what you're also going to do now with the tasking triage, we're going to start habit stacking. And so we're going to start, next time we'll go over calendar blocking, or you can go watch the video. And then so that is also going to help you start establishing what your week-to-week schedule is going to look like. Now, that is going to be important as we start setting up first quarter 2025. I know that's a lot. I know I'm giving you a lot of information. Please, if you have questions, let me know. I'm trying to put the supporting videos on the site so you can also kind of look at that. And if you have questions or you need clarifications, just shoot me a message. You can do it in the comments. You can go to my link, and there's an email that you can send. You can send it to me, or you can do it. You can even schedule. I got 30-minute sections that I'm doing a few a day. So if you need like a 30-minute deep dive, we can do that also. So I'm glad you're here. I know this is a lot, and you can rewatch the video. And I hope this is helpful, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks.